Good day, students, and welcome back to our session 7. We're going to continue with comparisons with adjectives, nouns, verbs, and past participles. In this lesson, you will be learning also different vocabulary words and pieces of information that you need so that you can make meaningful sentences later on in our activity section. Let's start. Repeat after me. Lifeguard, lifeguard. Firefighters, firefighters. Next, we have game tester, game tester. Camp counselor, camp counselor. Sales associates, sales associates. We have nutritionist, nutritionist. We also have software developers, software developers, and career in banking. Remember these vocabulary words because we will be needing them in our sentences later on. Moving on, we are going to listen to this conversation about it doesn't pay as much and take note of different or specific information because right after our listening exercise, we're going to answer 4 questions. Let's start.
Page 11, Exercise 7. Conversation. It doesn't pay as much. Part A. Listen and practice.
Guess what? I found a summer job.
That's great. Anything interesting?
Yes, working at a beach resort.
Wow, that sounds fantastic.
So, have you found anything?
Nothing yet, but I have a couple of leads. One is working as an intern for a news website, mostly answering emails and posts from readers. Or I can get a job as a camp counselor again.
Being an intern sounds more challenging than working at a summer camp. You could earn college credits, and it's probably not as much work.
Yeah, but the internship doesn't pay as much as the summer camp job. Do they have another opening at the beach resort? That's the kind of job I'd really enjoy.
Okay, let's answer some questions based on the conversation that you have heard.
Page 11.
Question number 1. What is Tyler's work? What is Tyler's work? You can write your answer on an A4 paper. Very good. He is working at a beach resort. Okay, number 2. According to Tyler, which is more challenging? Is it being an intern or working in a summer camp job? Please write your answer. Number 3. What does Emma really enjoy? Does Emma enjoys working as an intern or being a camp counselor? Which do you think is the correct answer? That's great. She enjoys being a camp counselor. Lastly, which do you think is well paid? Internship or summer camp job? And why? Please write your answer on an A4 paper. Don't forget to compile everything because in July I will collect all of them. Moving on, let's start our grammar focus with comparisons with adjectives. And we have here the first type, which is adjectives. I will give 2 pieces of information. The first one is sounds more challenging, and the second one, the examples. And we use here some language expressions like in my opinion, I think, in addition, as a result, or as a result to. Those are some language expressions that we will be using in our sentence construction or in our speaking activities. In my opinion, being a lifeguard is more challenging than being firefighters. Notice we compared the life of being a lifeguard and being firefighters. So here we use more challenging than. This is comparison with adjectives. The second one is harder than. Is harder than. Example, in general, being a software developer is harder than being a sales associate. Notice, we use the language expression in general, and we compare two different persons here. We have software developer and sales associate, and we use is harder than to show comparison. Moving on, we also have here comparisons with nouns. You already knew and learned that nouns name, person, place, things, animals, or an event or happenings. Examples, we have has better hours than, or has worse hours than. Example. In addition, working as a software developer has worse hours than working as a game tester. Take note, we use has worse hours than, which refers to working as a software developer versus working as a game tester. Second, isn't as much work as. Example, as a result, being a game tester isn't as much work as being a software developer. So we use isn't as much work. And we compared a game tester and a software developer. Next, we have comparisons with verbs. We have here earns more than and earns less than. Example, in my opinion, a career in banking earns more than being a lifeguard. So we compare the salary rate of career in banking versus being a lifeguard. And we use earns more than. Another, earns as much as. Example, in general, a nutritionist earns as much as what other doctors earn, meaning to say, both nutritionists and doctors earn the same salary rate. Lastly, comparisons with past participles. We use is better paid than. An example is, I think being a firefighter is better paid than being a lifeguard. So you compare the salary rate also of firefighter and lifeguard. Lastly, is it as well paid as? Example, in my opinion, career in banking isn't as well paid as being a camp counselor, meaning there's one career in banking and camp counselor, they don't have the same salary rate. The salary that they have is not equal. Moving on, let's have our speaking activities. Let's start. In my opinion, being a lifeguard has better hours than being a firefighter. Take note, we use lifeguard here. We compare lifeguard and firefighter, and we use has better hours than. The other one, yes, I agree with that idea. Now, in this speaking pattern, you're going to make your own. I think a career in banking earns more than sales associates. And this lady said, I think so. As a result, sales associates blank. Please make your own information or add your own information after sales associates. You can say, I think so. As a result, sales associates earns as much as. You can add another subject. Earn as much as being a lifeguard, or earns as much as being or working in a bank. It's up to you. Another, game testers don't need more experience than software developers. And this guy said, maybe game testers blank. Please fill in another information using comparisons with adjectives, nouns, verbs, and past participles. The second one, I think a nutritionist earns as much as I do. That this woman said, you're right, you earn blank. So please fill in the needed information in the speaking patterns. Okay, now you're going to answer the exercises attached at the activity section next to this video. I hope you learned and understand the 4 types of comparisons with adjectives, nouns, verbs, and past participles. Thank you so much. guys, and see you around.